What's good, people, on this Sunday? Vacation in full effect. Trying to go to Lake Lanier, but the weather is not expected to last throughout the day. It looks like I might get a break Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. So I might work out and go lay by the pool later. But anyways, I'm glad, actually, that I got some time to do this. And I'm glad that the baseball deadline is here because it gives me a lot of things to talk about. It does. And this Tariq Skubal thing to the Dodgers has... I'm not as upset as many people would think, because I've said this before in the past, and I'm going to say it again. Okay, Sports Live and the ATL, SLITA, like, comment, subscribe, support the channel. 96 subscribers, 4 away from 100. So baseball fans of any team, please click that like button. You're going to see a lot of content down the stretch and then into the playoffs and more breaking news that comes up. And, of course, football season's right around the corner. But this Tariq Skubal thing to the Dodgers and my thoughts on it again, maybe I'll elaborate just a little bit more. Yes, it does suck, the fact that the Braves could not land Tariq Skubal. And the Dodgers just continue to get pitcher after pitcher. And they don't just get pitchers. They get star pitchers every year. Complain about the salary cap, complain about how the Dodgers are ruining baseball. And, if you follow my videos throughout the years and if you really look at it, the Dodgers, you got to envy the Dodgers. They do what they have to do to give themselves the best chance to win a ring every year. Not 2 years down the road, not 3 years down the road. Again, that's not to say the Braves don't want to win a World Series. We struck lightning in a bottle in 2021. But if you think about it, our pitching was not great as far as stars go. We went into that 2021 postseason. Charlie Morton was still a viable option. Max Fried, definitely legit. And look where the Braves couldn't afford to keep him. I guarantee you, if the Dodgers had a chance, they would have got Max Fried. Okay, Max Fried goes to the Yankees, another team that spends money. They don't win as much as the Dodgers, but they do what they can and go out and try to get the best pitchers available. Not hitters, pitchers. In the postseason, pitching wins in the postseason. The Braves haven't figured that out yet. Okay, in 2021, like I say, just go the last couple years. That the Braves were in the postseason against the Phillies and the Padres. We didn't have Chris Sale pitch. We had to patchwork, basically. We had an up-and-coming Spencer Strider. We had Swellenbach pitch once. We had Bryce Elder pitch once. We had, I think, Dylan Dodd pitch or something. We rarely in these 3 playoff years until last year had stars going into the playoffs to pitch. I'm not talking about the talent. I'm not talking about the possibilities. We didn't really have any legit starters, in 22, 3, and 4, or wherever it was. I think Max Fried may have pitched one more year. I'm not sure. But all the Braves have done pretty much these last couple years is get one key star, Chris Sale, his 3rd year, and you haven't backed him up with anybody. You haven't gotten him a frontline 2nd or 3rd starter. He is the guy. If you could clone him, he is your Tariq Skubal. He is your Shohei Ohtani. He is. I guarantee if the Dodgers if the Braves put Chris Sale on the market, the Dodgers would swipe him. Dodgers or Yankees. Why? Because they want to give their team a best chance to win. The Braves just aren't willing to get rid of him. They can't. They don't have anybody. They have nobody. So, hypothetically, you got guys out there still available. Casey Wise of Detroit, he's heavily linked to the Braves, but so is Skubal. Hunter Green of the Reds has been linked to the Braves. Michael Wacha, Kevin Gausman, you got some guys out there. Okay? But the question is, will Alex do anything? I can see the Dodgers going to get one more of these guys, just not because they need them, just to keep them away from the Yankees, the Phillies, the Braves, the Brewers, the Cubs. Look at the pitchers the Dodgers have. I've already mentioned, let's don't mention Blake Snell, who's coming back from injury. He's a viable starter when he's healthy. They got pitchers all over the place. But I can't be mad at the Dodgers. I can't be mad at a team that wants to go out and give themselves the best chance to win. They talk about how the Dodgers are in a huge market, the Yankees are in a huge market. Atlanta is a huge market. Atlanta makes money. Don't think Atlanta, they like to say that Atlanta's like in the middle. Are you serious? Atlanta has money to spend. Arthur Blank, Falcons, has money if he wants to. The Braves, But the problem about the Hawks, the problem about the Braves is that they don't have a true baseball owner. It's a business, right? When Ted Turner was here, he spent money. That's why the Braves contended every year for 15, whatever hell years it was. You know, we don't have a true owner. The Dodgers owners, I believe, are family owners, family owned, right? Yankees as well. But the Braves have a business conglomeration of 3 or 4 idiots out there that don't have any clue. I don't know whether they were keeping Alex from spinning or what, but if you're not going to let your GM spin, whatever. But if Alex has the capabilities of spending, he's not doing it right. He's not. You can't continue to bargain shop and go back and forth and keep calling pitchers up. I mean, now we got Lopez on the IL for 10 days. That's at least 2 weeks, right? Maybe. Right? We need pitchers who are going to pitch this final 2 months or so, get them playoff ready. But right now, the only consistent one is Chris Sale, and you're going to burn him out. I mean, we're juggling to make sure we don't burn him out. So, hypothetically, let's say the Braves screw up and don't get anybody, which I would be totally shocked if they didn't. You're going to go into the playoffs with Chris Sale, Bryce Elder, an injured Lopez, an injured coming back A.J. Smith-Shawver, an injured Spencer Swellenbach, coming back, J.R. Ritchie, Martin Perez, respect as of last. What? Come on, man. You're gonna compete with the Dodgers, Phillies, and Brewers in the playoffs? No, man. No. So, I mean, be mad at the Dodgers all you want, but the Dodgers are doing what they need to do to win. They've already said they don't care about paying the penalty. They'll pay a $5 million penalty to make sure they get the right players to give themselves the best chance to win. Alex and the Braves do not. You know, that's the problem that I got, is that you're not willing to do what you got to do to win every year. Braves fans and even Braves media and stuff, and some of them are like more on YouTube, you know, Locked On Braves, Cindy Crosby and Jake Mastroianni. At times, like, no, they don't want to mortgage the future 5 years down the road. So you don't want to mortgage the future, yet you want to have a playoff team, but every year have a playoff team, go to the playoffs and lose, and then for 5 years, another team wins a ring. Why, you should go 5 more years with no rings. And then you get these youngsters pitching for 5 years, and you get them into the point where they're ready, and then when they're ready, you still don't win a ring, and then they get traded and go to the Dodgers or the Yankees or something, right? Right? You don't think it's a matter of time, you know, that the pitchers that we got, these, you know, Spencer Swellenbach, look at it. We're juggling Strider. We don't even know where he's going to start anymore. Swellenbach and Shawver. What? Talented, but what? They are not ready for this stage. You can't compete against what the Dodgers have, the Phillies and the Brewers. Right? So you're just wasting Chris Sale if you don't give him support. I'm talking goods. I ain't talking about, you know, going to pick up like some guy who's on his last leg. You got to get these young guys who are already established. I mean, you got those 4 pitchers that I named. Wise, Waka, Green, and Gausman. And there's some other pitchers that I saw on some other teams, I don't know, top of my head, where they're pretty damn good records. You know, you got to go. Joe Ryan's name is probably off the table with the Twins because they're making additions, right? And Sonny Gray clearly is off the table because the Red Sox are right there in the thick of it, and they hold a wild card spot. So, you know, it is what it is. Alex, you got to spend money. You got to be aggressive. The only problem I have is you can't tell me that Alex didn't have a package better than what the Dodgers gave him. Maybe Detroit just wanted him to go to the Dodgers. I have no clue. You know, I got no clue. But this doesn't guarantee a Dodgers World Series. You know, when the Braves beat them in 2021, Dodgers had a pretty good staff. I don't think up to the par where they are now, but this is why the Dodgers win every year. The Dodgers are thinking about year in and year out. They're not thinking about 2 years from now, 5 years from now. That's the problem with the Braves. They worry about down the road. You're supposed to try to win a ring every year because nothing is guaranteed. Last year the Braves. Here we are. You know, like I said, we look at down the road. Yet last year the Braves missed the playoffs and looked bad. So there's a chance. It could happen. The Braves could make the playoffs this year and miss it for the next 3 years. And then what does that mean? And then nobody's going to want to come here, hypothetically. People want to go to teams that are winning rings every year and going deep into the playoffs every year, not first round exits or missing the playoffs. You know, if you're going to the Dodgers, you know you got a great chance to win a ring. Right? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I can't be mad at the Dodgers. I'm not mad at the Dodgers. I'm more upset and angry with Alex and the Braves for not going above and beyond to do what they got to do to get these players. You can't tell me none of these pitchers would not have wanted to come to the Braves. History of winning, right? Contending almost every year, basically, at a beautiful stadium, beautiful city as far as around the Battery. And we all know Atlanta is just, downtrodden and all that. You know, a lot of just bad areas, but Truist Park area is good, and you got a great fan support, and you're on TV everywhere. Can't tell me you don't want to come here. But the problem is Alex and the Braves ownership are cheap. And as long as they're cheap, you're going to see this kind of stuff happen. So we'll see what happens these 2 days. Hopefully the Alex goes out and gets, because you definitely need, I said before the Lopez injury, the Braves needed a 2 and a 3. You definitely need a 2 and a 3 now. You are not competing with the Dodgers with just one addition or whatever it is we got right now. You're not competing with the Dodgers. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not competing with the Phillies or the Brewers. They got each one of those teams, 1, 2, and 3 is better than, 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, forget about the 1. Phillies, Brewers, and the Dodgers, 2, 3, and 4 are better than the Braves, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The only pitcher the Braves have right now that can compete with any of these teams is Chris Sale, but he only pitches once every 5 days. It's not going to work. If you like this content, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. As of right now, I'm 4 away from 100. Let's keep it rolling. Like, comment, subscribe. Alex, please do some business, man. Please do something. All right, I'll see you in the next one.